Hello, third graders. We are going to start a health unit and it's called Making Healthy Choices. Our learning target for this whole unit is I can make safe and healthy choices now and in my future. So first we need to think about, what do you think choice means? What do you think choice means? So the definition of choice is an act of selecting or making a decision when faced with two or more possibilities, like the choice between good and evil, or the synonyms are option, alternative, possible course of action. So for instance, a choice could be I can sleep all day and not get up, or I could get up and do my work. You always have choices in life, and you need to make the best choice for you and your body. Okay, next it says choices are made every day. Choices you make during the day and choices that are made for you. Because sometimes we have people suggesting that we do things. For instance, your parents might be saying you need to do your work, and your choice is to do your work or to not. You still have that choice, right? So what I want you to do is fill in this choices are made every day. You're going to pause me. You're going to fill this in, and then you're going to come back and we'll talk about some of the choices that are made every day or choices that are made for you. Okay? Thanks. We're back. I hope you took some time to fill out your choices that you make during the day versus choices that are made for you. So choices you make every day, one would be to brush your teeth. We know that it's a choice to brush your teeth. If you choose not to, there are some consequences, right? That's the thing with choices, is you will have consequences for your choices. Some of the consequences are good, like if you brush your teeth, then you'll have healthy hygiene, you'll have better breath, your teeth probably won't get as many cavities if you brush, and your consequences for not brushing would be cavities, your teeth would rot, your breath is really bad. So there's always consequences that go along with your choices. Another choice you would have is to comb your hair. That's a choice you can make. Get dressed, right? These are all things that sound like, well, I just do them, but you're actually making the choice to do them, right? Play outside or inside, right? Complete your work. All right, so some choices are made for you. Like sometimes when you're a kid, you don't get to choose what you eat. So the choice that are made for you is what you are served for dinner, I'll just say. You don't get to pick what you're served for dinner, but you still have the choice whether you're going to eat it or not, right? Of course, a consequence is if you eat the dinner, you're going to stay healthier and your stomach's going to feel full. If you choose not to, then you will be hungry and you won't have as well balanced of a diet, things like that. Some other choices that are made for you might be, it could be your bedtime. Your parents might say it's time to go to bed, so you still have the choice whether or not to close your eyes or not. But you might not make the actual bedtime, right? Someone might set that for you. Another choice that might be made for you would be, the lessons you're working on in school. So the teachers and I have thought long and hard about which lessons to present to you. And so that was our decision to present these lessons to you because we want you to be healthy and happy third graders and also meet the learning targets. So we choose the lessons, but again, you have a choice whether you're going to follow them or if you're going to ignore them. Because if you follow them, you will get smarter and have a stronger brain. If you decide to ignore them, then you're missing out on a lot of learning and you won't be potentially as educated as you could have. So those are a lot of choices. So these are just examples. Of course, you're making choices like thousands and thousands of choices a day. And choices that are made for you are still choices that you haven't decided initially, but you can decide whether or not you're going to do them. All right. So we're moving on now. Let me see. I want to make sure I don't skip something. Okay. So what is decision making? We make heaps of decisions or choices every day. Some of them are pretty easy, like what you wear to school or what you wear at home, right? Especially when you know you have to wear a school uniform. We don't have that, but some schools do. Some may be harder, like who you play with, choosing after-school activities, or who you'll invite to your birthday party. And others might be really hard, like should you just stand and watch someone being bullied? Or should you take part in something which could lead to getting into trouble? So as you grow up, the number of choices you are faced with every day grows too. That's why we have experience as kids, so then when we're adults and we make even more choices on our behalf as individuals and also our family members, that we are able to make solid choices. All right, so I'm going to move myself over here because I'm blocking some of the words. So healthy choices categories. So this is for a project that's coming up. You can choose to work on a project about eating healthy. So you might create a meal. You might make a grocery list and maybe make a list of sometimes foods, because sometimes foods are okay for us to eat, just sometimes. Exercise. You might choose to teach the class how to exercise. And you might say, like, how am I going to do this? Oh, just wait, I'll get there. You could create a workout. You could write a persuasive writing about why they should exercise. Sports, you could teach about a sport. You could learn a new game or show moves in a sport. Being a good friend. How do you be a good friend? Or teach us ways to make new friends, because that's helpful for everybody. Keeping healthy, like having good hygiene, fighting germs, and not smoking. These are all just ideas for projects. And a healthy mind, like yoga, deep breathing, or relaxing exercises. So what you need to do is start thinking of something you're really interested in, and then you are going to be working on that for your project. Let me just move on down. So presenting your learning. You might decide to present like a how-to demonstration with a show on Flipgrid. You might make a book, like a paper book or a book creator, and you can either turn that into Schoology or show it on Flipgrid. You could create a poster to advertise your way of healthy living. And you could either take an iPad picture and turn it into Schoology, or you could show your poster on Flipgrid and talk about what you made. You could do an exercise or a sport class, and you could show us what that is on Flipgrid. You can present, have a presentation on Flipgrid. For instance, if you were talking about healthy eating, you might present what a healthy meal could be. You could show us on Flipgrid. You could do a skit. You can even include your family members on this if you'd like, and you can show it on Flipgrid. I like to think about at the beginning of the year, we were doing skits on bullying behavior and how to stand up to bullies, and also how to not be a bystander. Those skits are fun, and they could also show us on Flipgrid what you're thinking. You could make a video too. You could make a video on your iPad and then turn it into Schoology. Unfortunately, with the videos, we can't really see it on Flipgrid because It's all on your iPad, and it's kind of too much for the one iPad to handle, okay? I'm also going to include this slide in your folder so that you can reference it if you're wondering what you might be able to do. So here's some guidelines. So today what you need to do is Schoology message your teacher with your project plan. So you might say, Mrs. Zobitz, I would like to make an exercise video for my health project. And I'll say, great. Or you might say, Mrs. Zobitz, I am going to write a persuasive paper about eating healthy. Sounds fabulous. So today you need to already have your idea of what you want to do for your project, and then you just message your Schoology, message your teacher to let your teacher know. Now you don't all message me, you message your homeroom teacher, okay? So your homeroom teacher knows. Okay, then next you're gonna have 3 days to research and complete this project. And then you're going to submit your work on Thursday. So whether you're submitting it to Schoology or whether you're turning it into Flipgrid, that's up to you, but it's due Thursday. So you must also watch and comment, I'm going to move myself up, on at least 3 other students' Flipgrids on Thursday, June 4th. So that's showing your classmates that you're interested in hearing what they have to say, and you're interested in learning what they've researched, and you're also supporting them, so you're being a good classmate. So that is what's happening on Thursday, June 4th. You're turning in your work, and then you're commenting on at least 3 other students' projects. All right, I hope you have fun with this. I hope you learn a lot about being safe and making healthy choices. I can't wait to see your work.